What's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. In today's gameplay video, we have myself on the right playing Red Darius. This is going to be more of the red build that I've been talking about a lot on the channel for anyone who's been around for a little bit. Of course, the baited hook build is really good. It's been doing very well at recent events, but I think the more red build is also really good, and I wanted to showcase that for you guys today. We have my friend Rishi on the left playing Lux. Now, as a little bit of a spoiler, this is going to be a bit of a masterclass in the Red Darius build, because this is just a really good game to showcase what Darius is capable of with the full utilization of Legion, getting the extra energy from the leader ability. So not to discredit Lux at all, I think the deck is actually pretty good, a little bit better than people give it credit for, but this is going to be a game where Darius really gets to pop off, so it's going to be a good learning opportunity. And if you are interested in learning more about this Red Darius build, I do have a beginner's guide video that goes over everything you need to know about getting started with playing the leader and then playing this type of build. So let's go ahead and get on into it. We're pretty much starting our game with the Arena's Greatest, the battlefield that gives both player a point at their first beginning phase. We're going to simply start with our 2 red runes and then play a Daring Poro into our base. Rishi is on the draw here, and he is going to see what he can come up with his beginning hand. From looking at it from our perspective, doesn't look like he has a great opening play. He's going to have to pass with reopen, but he does have the Hidden Blade at his disposal in order to disrupt me if he feels like it's necessary, although it's probably a bit too early for that. So we're going to our 4 rune turn here, and this is one of the turns Darius can really pop off if you get the right cards. So we're going to be taking a look at our top 2 with Candlelit Sanctum, see what we want to get. We see a Guillotine and a red Kaisa on top. I believe we put the Kaisa up on top there. So now what we're going to do is going to go ahead and float a red rune. If you don't know what floating is, I'm essentially using the energy preemptively and adding it to my ethereal pool of energy before I recycle it for the red seal, so that the energy itself is not wasted. So I'm going to be tapping a total of 5 here. Don't forget the 1 that I floated, the 3 in my rune area, and my leader as the 5th energy, as well as the red seal, to play Kaisa in active mode with Accelerate and immediately go Conquer. So I get that draw. I draw the Kaisa that I stacked on top with Candlelit Sanctum, and Rishi here is going to be going to 5 energy. Definitely puts him in a little bit of a rough spot right off the bat. Like I said, I don't mean to discredit Lux at all. I think the deck's actually quite cool. This is just a really good Darius game that I wanted to use to show you guys exactly how the deck can operate at maximum capacity. So we get our double hold points here with both battlefields because our units survive there. We restand everything that we have to set to ready. We get our 2 runes, and we do play a few yellow runes, but we're only really getting our reds here, so that's totally fine. The deck just wants to primarily operate off reds, so that's not a big deal at all. One thing I'm thinking about is using Noxian Guillotine to snipe that Lux in the base, but we have to activate Legion first. This is another one of my favorite plays in the deck, and again, a really great reason why I wanted to show you guys what this deck is capable of. We're going to start off with Shakedown to give Rishi the option, okay, do you want me to draw 2 cards, or do you want to just let me kill your Lux? And odds are he's probably going to let me draw 2, like he does right here, because it's so vital to the Lux strategy to have that thing on board. And we go right into the Noxian Guillotine play with the leader acting as the extra energy in order to get what we wanted anyway. We drew 2 cards, and we got to remove the unit we wanted to remove anyway. We're going to retreat both units because at Candlelit Sanctum, we want to Conquer to scry the top 2, and then we don't want Kaisa to hold. We want Kaisa to reconquer because then we get more draws out of that. Plus, our units are just more vulnerable at battlefield, so by retreating them, we're keeping them safe, protecting them from some of the removal that blue has at its disposal. Obviously, if he chooses to use a Singularity, can't really do much about that, but we are protecting ourselves from some form of removal, as well as just setting ourselves up for more Conquer effects in a little bit. So he is going to float 1 to play his blue seal, and he's going to go ahead and play Riptide Rex. Because I did retreat both units, he doesn't have anything to actually blow up with it, but it is giving himself just a little bit of board presence to hopefully mount some sort of comeback. Actually, he's going to kind of go back on that play, which is totally fine. We're all learning here. We're all kind of testing the waters. So he is actually going to go ahead and just play Recruit the Vanguard, get a quad set of tokens, and hopefully try to get back into this game. If he had Singularity, I think he would probably use it here, but maybe he doesn't have it in his hand. Going back to Darius's turn, readying all of our cards. We'll get our 2 next runes. We finally see a yellow, which just kind of turns on our Hidden Blade if we wanted to use it manually. We could have still hit it, of course, but we will go right up to Candlelit Sanctum, just a little bit of the same. Look at the top two. Throw one on the bottom, throw one on top. I think we throw a Void Seeker to the bottom because we have one in our hand already. Take the 6th point there, take the 7th point here. Draw a card. And this is exactly what Red Darius wants to be doing when it gets on all cylinders. You guys have seen the key plays of sending in an active Kaisa on turn 2 with the right setup. You guys have seen the shakedown into guillotine play that I've talked about in the beginner's guide video. These are just the exact plays that this deck wants to be going for. Of course, we're maxed out on all those cards to try to make that happen as often as possible. But just wanted to showcase it here for you guys, exactly what this deck's capable of. And now we're just kind of setting up our bench, our base, because if he really wants to answer what we have in our battlefields, we have a base that's just ready to go and reconquer, take those final 2 points. Let's see if Rishi can kind of dig his way out of this situation. By the way, we did play out a full match. Rishi definitely got some games. We probably played like a best of 5 with this matchup or something. So it wasn't as one-sided, the whole match at least, as this game is looking. But again, wanted to really showcase exactly what Darius is capable of. So he's going to go ahead and drop the Riptide Rex. Got double seal, which is a super solid setup for him. Honestly, if Rishi had went first in this game might have gone quite a bit differently thanks to the tempo he drew in his hand. He's going to go ahead and trade 2 tokens on into the battlefield with the Poro. Throw 1 token into Sanctum, look at top 2. See if there's anything he can really try to hope for. I think he sees a Hidden Blade, which actually... Oh, maybe he has a couple Hidden Blades. He's rethinking about it. I can't quite tell if that's Hidden Blade, but if it is, I think he may want to heavily consider keeping it in his hand because it could prevent me from conquering this exact turn, although he may not be able to draw it this turn unless he activates a preemptive Stupefy or something. So let's see what we get into here. Still got 2 open. I think he is sitting on 1 or 2 Hidden Blades in hand, so maybe he felt like the extra one was a little bit excessive. But with that 1 token, he can take control of the other battlefield, try to set up some hiddens and prevent me from taking control, although my base might just be a little bit too cumbersome for that to really work here. Although he only has to keep control of 1 base to prevent me from winning and try to crawl back into this game one way or another. So he will throw the additional token up at the arena's greatest battlefield. Let's see what his plays consist of now. He does have the 1 Stupefy in hand. He's got the Hidden Blade. He'll have to hide the Hidden Blade in order to be able to use both. He's trying to hide 2, but I remind him he can only hide 1. So he's going to swap around his hiddens a little bit. And yeah, he's just going to realize that's a little bit too much. If I had maybe only had 2 units, he had 2 Hidden Blades, so he definitely had a chance there, but I was going to conquer 1 and then clear his board. He had the Riptide Rex to kind of come back, but I think it was definitely a little bit too cumbersome for him to really mount a comeback. But overall, once again, that was really just a showcase of what Darius could do at its full capacity, at least with the more red build. So I would love to know what you guys think in the comments below. Like, what do you guys think about the Red Darius build versus the Baited Hook one that's really, really popular right now? Do you think there's any merit to the mono red build, or do you think the Baited Hook build is a bit better? I personally think that the Baited Hook build has a little bit of issue with draw power. Obviously, it floods a board like crazy. But I think Darius, the red version, is a little bit better in the mid-range option, has more removal, has more draw power. So, of course, once again, let me know in the comments below what you think about these builds. And I will eventually showcase a Lux deck. I'll try to showcase every single deck in this game at some point or another doing well so you guys can see how each of them play. But thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you like the content and want to see more Riftbound content. And we'll see you guys in the next one.